Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Alpha Life here. Now, this I believe is going to be the final episode of our 0 to Billion series. You will see why just in a bit of a second. So, before we get to that, let me tell you what we have been getting. Well, fortunately, we have been getting a lot of opportunity rewards because we have been doing some abyssal runs during the week and also running a little bit of hideaways and refuges to try and get those nice escalations. As you can see, I have the algos here, meaning that we have run two narcotics warehouses alongside a whole lot of T0 abyssals. I'm gonna give you a quick note on that right now. Let me just claim this really quick. And as you can see, we are getting extremely close to that 1 billion ISK mark, which is going to be absolutely amazing for the air carrier programs. Ooh, any escalation? No. I think not known claimed rewards. For the air carrier program, I believe that we are going to get new all of this stuff. I think we're going to get just as soon as we get back to our station, but we have to make a quick trip to Jira and move on from there. So, in the meantime, while we are in this current station, let's actually take a look at some of the loot that we have been getting for this one. As you can see, I have all the Overseer's personal effects and Triglavian data surveys ready for us to sell right now because we are fortunately at a station. I have already made a quick little trip to the Concord Bureau where we can sell all of this stuff. Let me just check. Yes, everything we can absolutely sell over here for maximum price. Now, I have been running quite a bit of abyssals, and I do need to tell you, I did get the Tristan feed. We're gonna show you that until we get back into the station, but as you can see, it has provided us with 67 million ISK. Well, not all of it came from Tristan. I did make 20 million ISK in Triglavian service with the catalyst before buying the Tristan because I knew it was going to cost me around 20 million ISK to actually get it. So we can definitely say that at least 47 million ISK we have gotten from just the Tristan just for this week running some T0 Firestorm Abyssals. Yes, it is a little bit slower than the Catalyst because it needs to go back to a repair station so that we can repair the drones. But other than that, it is absolutely amazing being able to consume 3 filaments and get a third more loot than we get with the catalyst. Definitely nice, and we do spend a lot less ammunition, so that is amazing. I have been getting Skybreaker room. Definitely, I think they moved it so that only in frigate runs you can get the Skybreaker room, but absolutely no issues. Well, the first time it kind of caught me a little bit unprepared, but the rest of the times that I had faced him, which I believe are 3 or 4 so far, we had absolutely no problem. And the strategy there is going to be to run the antimatter guns. Just antimatter ammunition and orbit around 7,500 kilometers should get you well enough within range to pew him with the guns and the drones, because just the drones are not enough to actually break his shield and take him down. I was trying with iron small ammunition, but we were unable to break his shield, so I made the change after almost 10 minutes. That was rather stressful because he was also my first room in that run. So yeah, definitely did change to antimatter. Overheated a little bit, but for the rest of the runs was absolutely not necessary and not required. So we get 75 million. Let's actually see sell all of these items to immediate. Of course, let's actually take a good look into what are we really going to get out of this. Just our guaranteed loot is going to be 71 million, and as you can see from the wallet, that brings us very much up there, getting us almost to the billion. We are 40 million, well, 33 million away from the billion. So that is definitely some good news. So let's undock here, start making our way to Jira, and take a good look into the rest of our overview and what other things we have been doing. I have also been running some project discovery, 5 days for this week. So absolutely great there. We still haven't been able to get to that 4 million skill point mark in order to get more levels in order to get more superior flow cryometry rewards, but that's not so bad. Also, in our skills, I did put in a few extra drones, drone avionics, training it all the way up because my drones were really missing and I wanted a little bit of extra damage, and drone durability because they were also getting hammered. No, no, I think I got these ones before. It is the ones that we started training. Our drone interfacing and drone navigation will be the new skills that I set up for this week. We also had to buy a little bit of skills. For example, the Galente drone specialization, which should be this one. It was a rather costly one. Let's actually see. I think it costed me around 13 million. Do I have it written? No, I think I didn't write it down, but it did cost me around 13 million just to get that. So in order to get into the Tristan, of course, you need to train a lot of skills, and one of those is going to cost you 13 million. So around 33 million to get into your first Tristan, T0 Abyssal running Tristan, that will guarantee that you're able to take down absolutely everything in the T0s without much of a problem. You should take between 5 and 7 minutes each run. So definitely a very, very good, well-rounded package. That nice little Tristan, and I think you already saw my inventory, but if you didn't, I'm gonna try to hide it in the editing. Hehe. What else did we get? Let's actually take a good look into our wallet because I didn't run that many hideaways and refuges, and I was mainly concentrating on running the abyssals. As you saw, we made a good amount of ISK from those abyssals. I ran around 6 of these 8 hours. I believe this is the first episode of the combat series that we actually did get to the 8 hour mark, which has been absolutely great. Amazing. Apparently there will be some gankers here and hopefully they won't catch us. So let's see, what have we gotten in trade. We have gotten most of our stuff, as you see, modules, commodities. Commodities are the ones that we sell to the NPC stations, like the red Triglavian loot and the crates that we get from the narcotic warehouses. So yeah, that's actually really, really great. Special edition assets, as you may remember, are these ones, the superior flow cryometry rewards. What else do we have? Drones, that doesn't really matter. Materials, again, something I probably undid while selling. That's not necessarily important. It's not enough to actually matter. So let's see what else we have in our overview. Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous, you might remember, is mostly Project Discovery. Absolutely great and amazing for this series. It has definitely been really, really cool being able to compare the mining and being able to use it alongside the mining to make something of a decent living. But as you will see, definitely a lot better here with the combat, even in high sec and occasionally going to low sec to run those escalations. If you check inside killboard, you should have absolutely no problem with gate camps because you will see whether if there is a gate camp entering that system or that chain of systems, or if it is not. Again, I will leave a link in the description below, so do consider checking it out. It's a great resource, absolutely free for everyone. So yeah, I really recommend you actually take advantage of it. And some daily gold rewards, 8 million ISK, absolutely amazing. As you see, combat gets us a lot better daily gold rewards than mining ever could. Bounties, again, a little bit of something, nothing to be scoffed, 15 million, almost 16 million, rather good to be honest. Definitely, definitely worth it. Yes, we do not get, sorry, we do not get bounties from running the Abyss. We definitely do not get anything from running the Abyss other than the red loot and some other filaments and stuff like that. I thought about selling the filaments, but honestly, since we are finishing with this episode, I think it is definitely not necessary. So only with red loot, pretty much only selling guaranteed loot. We have gotten our character very, very far away, and I will want to get us back to the station, to our main station, so that I can show you all the loot that we have actually gotten and what we could do with it. So let's get into that when we get there. And let's see, agents and missions. Again, we stopped running missions because we have gotten to the level 2, and I personally believe that level 2 should be run with a cruiser. That's what I used to run level 2s, mainly to not use a super spooked up destroyer, because that's never a good idea if you're an alpha in high sec. But I think if you do continue leveling up, continue training your skills, and try to get into a cruiser, I think the Vexor is absolutely the best option to run level 3 missions. Actually, let me show you really quickly, because maybe it is not the Vexor, even though it is one of the best options, definitely up there. I believe it could be second best to its Amar counterpart, the Harbinger, which we made an episode on. Do check it out. It's not at this part of the series, but it's in the Empire side of the series. This Harbinger has been absolutely amazing and a lot of fun, because sometimes doing missions can be a little bit boring, especially with drones. So yeah, I definitely have enjoyed the Harbinger for level 3 missions a lot more. Oh, sorry, the Harbinger is a combat battle cruiser, not a cruiser. So yeah, for cruisers, I believe the Vexor would be the best to run level 3 missions, because honestly, I think the Omen doesn't have enough range, and the Mauler, I don't think it's necessarily good enough for that. You could try with the Arbitrator, but the Vexor is just better, a better drone boat, a lot better drone boat. So yeah, I don't think it's absolutely worth it at all. I think the Vexor is the best for level 2 missions, but for level 3s, I think the Arbitrator would be the best. Well, I have had a lot more fun with it. So now for the big reveal, let's get ourselves here in the inventory. For some of those that may have seen, may not have seen, hopefully I will be able to edit that part. But there you go, 380 million ISK in loot, thanks to our two narcotics warehouses and a little bit of hideaways and refuges. Uh, yeah, absolutely amazing loot. I don't know how we have been getting such good luck with loot. Finally, after God knows how many episodes of the Alpha Life, we can finally say that we have made a good amount of ISK from running combat sites. But I think the results speak for themselves. This is entirely honest opinion of mine. Doing high sec combat is definitely going to get you to the billion ISK. I think this will be episode number 19. No, this will be episode number 20. So if it took us 12 to 13 episodes to get to 500 million with the mining, it took us around 8 episodes, meaning 8 weeks, 2 months to get that entire billion, just doing some high sec combat exploration and a little bit of abyssal here and there, a few weeks. So yeah, absolutely, absolutely a great little thing. Of course, I'm not going to sell absolutely everything. Let's just get the stuff that we are indeed going to sell, because some of this stuff I actually want to take back to show you guys the usable loot that we have been getting. Oh, right, my Kikimura blueprint that we got running those abyssals. So let's really quickly sort by estimated price reversed as usual and start with the most pricey one. For view market details, I already checked in if Tycoon, and yeah, Jira has the best buy prices for this. So let's get into it. Let's sell this first item, which I believe should take us past the billion is mark. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, the series is over. Now let me just continue this for a little bit. Of course, there are not going to be any more episodes for this side of the series. 160, oof, 7, almost 8 million in taxes. That's not great, but it is what it is, and we get what we get out of them. Actually, let me just check market details here a little bit. 16 to 18 million, 2 million loss. That's not that bad. Let's actually sell it. M36, one of the best items, because we can get them in refuges, hideaways, and pretty much any rat we kill could have one of these. So absolutely great. This one for 3 million is being bought for two something. Yeah, not that much difference, so let's sell it right now. 5.9% down is not that much. Let's see, view market details. Corelli A-type thermal coating, again also really good. 1 million and change, and yeah, this one is not worth selling. So that means that we have gotten ourselves to our goal of 1 billion ISK total in our wallet. That is not considering, however, all the ships that we have gotten, which honestly aren't a lot. That does not consider all the activities that we are able to do now that we have gotten to this point to our first billion ISK, meaning that we can continue running our hideaways and refuges with our Tristan, because yes, I was running hideaways and refuges with the Tristan. I could have run the escalations with the Tristan, but that just takes a little bit too much time, and I didn't necessarily want to do that. So the thing is that we are going to continue running hideaways and refuges, or maybe I should move on to another activity now that we have gotten here. That's something for me to think about, but officially this is the last episode for this side of the series, for the 0 to billion series. I also know I need to get to exploration, definitely. I know I promised you guys that. It might take me a while. I have been having a few issues at work. Well, not issues. I got changed to another area, so I don't have that much free time. I am actually quite busy, so maybe it could take a good amount of time to get us, well, back on track on the schedule. Yes, I did skip 1 week of uploading. I'm sorry about that, but this is it. This is the absolute last episode of the series, and we need to think about what will be coming up next. So please leave it in the description below, in the comments below, sorry, what you guys actually want to see. Remember, I have all my other pilots ready, one pilot for each empire at least. They are pretty high level alphas. They have all been trained to at least 5 million skill points, so they are all very, very good at what they do. And yes, I do have one that specializes on running, I think, tier 1 abyssals with a frigate with a worm. So yes, he's still an alpha, so if you guys want to check that out, please do let me know in the comments below. So other than that, we should get really quickly to our home station through the magic of editing. And I will see you guys in a second. Through the magic of editing, we are back at our home station, and as you can see, here is our magnificent T0 Firestorm Tristan, which we have been using to run our T0 Firestorm Abyssals. Yes, I have run quite a few, as you can see, even though I did purchase last week 60 filaments. Between running with the Catalyst and running with the Tristan, I am right back to 50. I was going to continue running them, but I saw my stopwatch for the playthrough, and I thought that was more than enough. So definitely we're going to save these ones for whenever we want to get back into T0 Firestorm running. If you want a full tutorial on how to run T0 Firestorms to eventually contend with the Skybreaker room, of course, do let me know in the comments below so that I can make that video, I believe, again, because I think I already have a tutorial on that. But definitely, definitely, if you want to see another one, or a new one, do let me know in the comments below so that I can make another one with maybe a little bit more information. Now, let's see what does that bring us to. Well, first of all, as you can see here in our item hangar, we definitely have a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff. Some of the 0 point condensate, which again we use to manufacture stuff that we get from our blueprints from the abyssal. Let's actually take a good look into that right now. I think this one doesn't need that red thing. Let's, no, yeah, even these, which is ammunition. Yes, ammunition for the special Triglavian guns. And as you can see, we have gotten some pretty good stuff, some big guns. It also uses 0 point condensate. Even a Dracovac blueprint that we got very recently, it also uses some 0 point condensate. We are almost there, actually, apparently, in the 0 point condensate race. And yeah, that is really, really good. Of course, you can sell it, you can use it to build stuff. Definitely, I believe, a very good resource. Also, we got some very nice Tranquil electrical, quite a lot of these filaments. Rather nice. If you make what I would recommend you do, instead of selling these filaments, you can make another character, an Amar character, and you will be able to run with a Punisher. Let me just show you in the ship tree really quick what ship that is. And of course, I also have a video for this in my channel, but if you want a new one, do let me know in the comments below. This is the Punisher, and this one can run T0 electrical and even T1. I believe I used to run T1 electrical with the Punisher Definitely T0 is guaranteed, the T1 I believe is not. So do consider it instead of selling those filaments, make yourself your second character to be an Amar pilot. You can also run missions, get to that level 3 Harbinger, and in the meantime use this T0 electrical Punisher, which is absolutely an amazing ship, an amazing ship. And it also uses armor, which means that you don't need to get used to those shields if you are not particularly fond of them or have absolutely no experience with them, because it happened to me when I had my first Galente character and I wanted to get into other shapes to try different things. Definitely the shields and the missiles got me really confused. Now, what else did we get that's noteworthy other than our blueprints and stuff like that? Well, we got these supplies for skins, which I still don't know what to do. I tried looking at the new interface for personalization, this one, and I still was unable to see what they were for. So unfortunately, yeah, no clue, absolutely no idea what that stuff is for. But as you can see, definitely we have built up quite a good amount of resources in order to be able to make more ships for a little bit cheaper. For example, if we wanted to get ourselves another catalyst because we wouldn't want to risk this one, but we wanted to make a catalyst to run low sec belt ratting sessions, sorry. For example, we could use these 13 regulated light ion phase cannon ones. Absolutely not bad considering that we got most of them for free. Limited light ion blasters also. What I would recommend would be the anode ones. We still would have to get a few more anode light particle accelerator, and how you know which ones you actually want to use are the last two ones will be the best. Of course, the last one will be the best, but sometimes it's better to actually sell these because the upgrade you get is very small. But you can definitely use the anode light ion particle cannon, and as you can see, we got a lot of those. So yeah, definitely worth it. The neutron ones aren't necessarily great, but something you can actually do with all of this stuff that you know you're never going to use is no, not trash it, but actually reprocess it. And you can sell those materials for guaranteed ISK instead of selling these for absolutely underpriced value, or you can even use this to build ammunition. As you may know, everything or most of the things in the game you can actually manufacture as a player, and ammunition is one of those basic manufacturing jobs. I actually thought about getting myself an Antimatter S blueprint, considering that we have been spending so much with the catalyst running abyssals, but I think that would be the next steps for this kind of character if you're following the series or if you're making a character like this one. Getting to this point, what I would definitely do is continue training up those skills, getting them better, still stacking up some ISK so that you can get to the 2.5 billion mark where you can buy that Omega, make that Plex, and actually get 1 month of training. And in that month of training, I would either train for another kind of shape like the Punisher, or I would go straight into the cruisers and train everything for the cruisers, medium weapons, medium drones, and medium ship. Definitely, I think would be the next steps for this. And for that, you actually want to start producing your own ammunition in-house. I think that would be the best, and reprocessing some of the stuff that you're never going to use and that the markets buy for very cheap. And if you don't want to make ammunition, you can still reprocess it and sell those materials usually for a little bit more. For example, if you get a 60 or higher percentage under the market price, it's actually better to just reprocess the stuff and sell the minerals. So definitely would recommend that. Also, you can start looking into a little bit of exploration. I know I still owe you guys a little bit of explanation on this series, on this character at least, so we could be starting to get into an Imicus now that we have a lot of expendable income, trying to get to that Omega 2 Plex for our cruiser activities, meaning that we could already start getting into level 2 missions and making our way to the level 3, which eventually would turn up into a combat battle cruiser. And the best one for Galente, definitely the Myrmidon. You guys know I have in my main a Myrmidon with some great skins. Absolutely love this ship, love this feat. But I think the Harbinger is a lot better. But still, the Myrmidon definitely not a weak link. I think it is the second best just because it consumes ammunition, where the Harbinger doesn't. It more consumes drones than ammunition, but not enough to actually make that a big cost. And doing missions, you will get quite a good amount of drones. As you can see, we have gotten, where are my drones? We have gotten a good, healthy amount of drones so that we can refill that algos quite a lot and still sell a little bit in order to get those Tech 2 drones for our T0 Tristan. So absolutely guys, hope you have enjoyed this series, at least this side of the series, the combat side of the series, which I have really enjoyed, a lot less demanding than the mining side of the series. Absolutely have loved it. And it's been a really fun experience being able to do this with you guys and share it. I think has been a really nice learning curve with a new character. It's really nice. You know, my main is not the most money oriented character, but still getting back to the basics, getting back to zero and building up from there. Definitely refreshing and very nice. I really can't believe that we have gotten to the 1 billion and 1 billion, 1.3 billion ISK so fast. It's really amazing. And just to check, let's just take a look at our in our net worth. Our combined assets estimated price is at 190 million. So definitely not bad at all. That's considering that we have quite a few ships, quite a few stuff that we haven't sold, and quite a few stuff that we could sell and still have those ships in order to do what we want to do, our main activities, at least for combat and mining. Definitely some of the most important parts of playing in EVE. So yeah, I think that will be it for this series. Let me know what would you like to see next. I will try to work on that exploration stuff once I get the hang of it again. And yeah, guys, thank you also very much for watching this. Thank you also very much for the support for this series, for all this time it's taken. I know it's probably not a lot, but hopefully these videos have helped you or someone you know actually get into the game or get a little bit better or get a better understanding of it, especially for those alpha characters or those that are just starting out and not yet want to invest in the Omega. I believe this is definitely a very nice way to get it, at least until you get to those 5 million skill points, or even you can continue being an alpha and do activities in order to get to that plex again and again. Of course, this is not the grind game. We are not trying to get that Omega every month, but I think this is a very enjoyable way to play the game, and this is absolutely the way that I enjoy the most. So, guys, I think that will be all for this side of the series. Maybe I will take a little vacation from it. I think I deserve it, definitely. So, I think that will be all for right now, and hopefully I will see you guys again with another video. So do check those links in the description down below. Thank you also very much for watching. This has been the Alpha Life, and I will see you all in the next one.